New theory, tying Charlie Kirk to Brigitte Macron. You can't make this up. There's no reason for them to do any of that. They want to sue her. They want her to pay out a judgment. They don't want her to go to work. They're not trying to end her life. They feel like whatever judgment is issued against her, especially if it's more than 10 million, that's gonna hurt worse. Girl, they're not trying to have you cease to exist. No, they want you to keep living so you can pay that judgment. Girl, bye, Felicia. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Shout out to Milk Bar TV. If I can get one of the monster drop Milk Bar TV YouTube channel as well as Jay Wood Podcast YouTube channel in the chat, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. So make sure you guys check out this video and hit the like button over there, and then hit the like button over here. Let's get to it.
Very close to something, as we had started on September 8th, by the way, our Becoming Brigitte season 2. And we were looking at how unusual it was that a dog was barking a bit too loud. You know, a thief that nobody was pursuing was running. And that was us discussing the MK Ultra program and Brigitte Macron strangely and Emmanuel mentioning.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let me give a shout out to everybody that's tuning in, for all the new people that's tuning in. Yes, he was. Jay Witt went to. I'm assuming he's up there with his family for the holidays, but he went by FDMG school, and then he went to Candace Owens' attorney's building that she outed, reading some letter that still proved nothing. So she's not smart enough to know when she's being trolled, and she doesn't know how to vet her tips. That was her attorney's building. So he went by there to see what was up with it. And I don't think they allowed him to go up to the other floors. It was closed, and rightfully so. You got somebody like Candace Owens that outed the entire building where her attorneys work. You can imagine the crazies going there. You know, the candy ass is trying to go up there in droves because of reasons. She's trying to get out of this lawsuit. But that was the worst thing ever. Now your own attorneys can't work in peace because of you. And this is in Wilmington, Delaware. Yes, they're in Delaware. Because guess what? Her LLC and Georgetown Inc. is registered in Delaware. And that's where the lawsuit is filed. So you want to get an attorney that has the ability to practice law in the state wherever the case is. So she had to get some Delaware attorneys. So yep, they're in Delaware. So is the Macron's attorneys. Their attorneys, are able to practice law in the state of Delaware. What about what cases in Delaware with the Macrons? The Macron sued her. There's a lawsuit. NJ, there's a lawsuit. The Macrons filed a lawsuit against Candace Owens, and then when she doubled down on her nonsense, they filed in a first amended complaint. So they amended it and add on the new accusations, the new evidence for the defamatory nonsense she's doubling down on. So they're there in the building. Okay. And you asked a question about that. I was just answering the question. What's up, Michelle? How y'all doing? Yup, 2.0. How goes it? I think Candy knows the Macron case is cooked. So she is trying to turn her coat on that building to get the case moved. Who knows? Because what the judge will not allow is, 3 or 4 plus attorneys and an entire law firm to be bullied. Because then that's how you get caught up. They got cameras around that building. So you're thinking about going there, please understand, you're going there trying to do something to some attorneys. You will be attacking what's considered an officer of the court. Attorneys are officers of the court. That is a felony. Go up there and nuck if you buck if you want to. You will go to jail. I mean, the candy answers don't care about laws, so whatever. But that's what they have to look forward to. Andrea's asking, LLC, in your opinion, do you think that by her talking now, including Brigitte Macron on conspiracy, will be even more likely the Macrons will win? They're for sure going to use that as evidence, because now you're insinuating that they aided or perpetuated in some criminal activity. And that just enhances their case even the more, because defamation includes you making provable false statements about someone committing a crime. And when it comes to criminal matters, your burden is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. That's how it works in court. So when you insinuate, it's not the same as someone saying you make, mean comments and you're bullying me. You're talking about something where you must prove with evidence that they either aided, perpetuated, plotted, planned, schemed to do anything involving any murder of anyone. She's saying they are involved in the Charlie Kirk assassination and that they're trying to assassinate her. You have to have evidence and proof of that. And with the intent requirement too. Just like the intent to defame, you have to show intent that they were trying to do this. She hasn't produced not one shred of evidence on this stuff, but yet she can out and dox everyone else. She'll go hammer time on Rob McCoy, knowing she wouldn't be able to disrespect Charlie's pastor if he was alive. But she won't give information on this so-called threat. Now she trusts the FBI enough to do an investigation. Yeah, it's nonsense. She has not shown any evidence to prove that she's in danger. And that's what people are asking for. Show the evidence on it. You show evidence on, someone being a donor. You don't mind putting up Charlie Kirk's medical information and disseminating that without consent. Show your evidence on this threat. It's just so crazy. It's just like her saying she got emails from, an OSI or some special investigations unit with a military to try to insinuate the military is involved. But no one can tell me which branch of military. There's 4 good branches. We said this yesterday. We discussed this yesterday. And I asked the question, which episode did Candace do where she showed emails from the military that showed that the military had something to do with Charlie Kirk's assassination? They couldn't even give me the episode number. So no, if you're gonna sit here and say something like that, at least tell me the episode so I can see these emails she supposedly posted up. Because I want to see the emails. Period. I don't think it's a good idea to knock our military that helps to defend our borders, keep us safe, and they're the ones going out, putting their lives on the line here. Why dog out your own country's military? It's ridiculous. From people who would never join the militaries themselves because coward. Hell out of here.
MK Ultra in the lawsuit to us 18 times struck us as odd. Speaking of MK Ultra, first book we're going to be reading is Chaos, because it is like, we should learn a bit about the CIA and the secret history of the 60s, and some of those themes may be relevant as we go along with this series. Brigitte Macron was born. It's also the same day that the CIA's MK Ultra program was born. Emmanuel Macron spent a ton of time isolated throughout his childhood. Just off the bat, his father, Jean-Michel Macron, was a psychiatrist. And yes, of course, we know for a fact that psychiatrists have done some evil things. And then also...
What are these evil things, that psychiatrists do, Candace? Because, we need you to overcome that fear so you can actually go talk to one of them. It's the nonsense and the jibber jabber for me, where she produces no evidence on this. It's not like she's showing this stuff as she talks. What is it that psychiatrists do that's so evil? Because if that's the case, nothing in this reality on earth is real, and everyone's evil, and no one's to be trusted. So why have a cult following? Why do the candy asses believe Candace Owens, but you don't believe anything else on earth? Nothing else is real, but when she says something, it is. Make sense? You don't believe the government, so why do you believe in the MK Ultra program? You see, we could do this whataboutism all day. You don't believe in anything any government says. You don't trust the media. You don't trust the feds. So why believe that an MK Ultra program even existed? Why not call that a conspiracy theory as well? They don't even believe the sky's blue at this point. They don't believe in the moon landing. Dinosaurs existed on Earth. She don't believe in nothing. The Earth is flat. Like everything's just some sort of conspiracy. So why believe that an MK Ultra program even exists? You know what? Why believe that I'm a real person? Why do you believe that red blood, flows through your body? Why do you believe that you have organs? Why believe that you're a human being? Everything is a conspiracy, correct? So why even a CIA MK Ultra program is a thing, but not evidence, video evidence to show a man jumping off a roof after shooting someone? Video evidence on that. Because we're not going to be swayed by what we see by our own two eyes. You can't make this up. But never mind it. Nope. Psychiatrists are evil, but MK Ultra is a thing. Okay. Can't make. I mean, it just goes to show that they believe whatever she tells them to believe, but not do any independent research on their own. How do we know this is Candace Owens? She could be an alien. I mean, I could just go out and throw conspiracy theories out there all day. How do we know she's not reincarnated Jermaine Stewart? Because we could theorize a lot of stuff. How do we know that Candace actually grew up in the U.S.? How do we know that? We could theorize that.
Times struck us as odd. Speaking of MK Ultra, first book we're going to be reading is Chaos, because it is like, we should learn a bit about the CIA and the secret history of the 60s, and some of those themes may be relevant as we go along with this series. Brigitte Macron was born. It's also the same day that the CIA's MK Ultra program was born. Emmanuel Macron's.
If she was born on the same day as the actual program, then wouldn't that be beyond her control? She didn't create it. Well, what makes you think she would have anything to do with it? She was born the same day allegedly this thing was created, and she didn't create it herself because she would have been a newborn. So why assume she has something to do with it? You can't make this up. How do we know Candace Owens is not a part of this MK Ultra program? Candace, are you a CIA operative? Are you here to throw a wrench into an investigation? Maybe she's an FBI informant. How do we know that? We don't know. But we know. I know, but I don't know. But we know what we know. You can't make this up.
Spent a ton of time isolated throughout his childhood. Just off the bat, his father, Jean-Michel Macron, was a psychiatrist. And yes, of course, we know for a fact that psychiatrists have done some evil things. And then also recognize that the majority of the documents pertaining to that program were destroyed. So we don't know just how global that program went, as we were trying to determine whether or not it could have been Brigitte Macron that was involved in that Stanford experiment, this prisoner 2093. And what really terrifies me is that if my inclination that Xavier Poussard's messages have been being read and tracked for longer than I even realized, and that's the reason they initially sent that cease and desist in December, was to ward me off sitting down with Xavier Poussard, then what we hadn't yet presented to the audience.
She's had nothing but time and opportunity to sit down with this person. Just like she could have easily given an invitation to Erica Kirk. Why didn't she just do that? You see, the fact that she's doing these episodes is proof that no one's stopping her. Her videos haven't been blocked or taken down. They're still up, right? So the fact that she's been able to even talk about this for 3 months straight, and then for her to keep saying they don't want me to talk about it, as she talks about it for 3 months straight, is proof that no one is stopping her. Because in this reality here on Earth, we can see and hear with our own two eyes her still doing videos about it. So how is she being hindered from talking about it when we've seen 3 months worth of content of her talking about it? How do we not know that Candace is a part of MK Ultra program as well? How do we not know that? Maybe she's an alien from outer space. She landed on the wrong planet. I mean, we can get as fantastical as we want with this. You're talking about somebody stopping you. No one gets to stop me, no matter how many bots and things and comments I see in the chat. I don't care. No one is stopping her. She's still talking about it. Candace, you could have sat down with this man at any given time. You chose to focus on Charlie Kirk. But you could have done an interview with Xavier Poussard at any time. No one stopped you from doing that.
Audience, but what we were investigating on the back end, if they were aware of that, it really makes me wonder if we were on the right track. And it was something that was so sinister, involving maybe another step of the MK Ultra program being used to foster serial killers and to give serial killers new identities and allowing them to run in countries. That was kind of conversations that I was having in the background with Xavier. And we thought that we had perhaps identified Brigitte Macron at Stanford University, a possibility is what I would say. We were maybe at a 50-50%. If there is anything.
Wait a minute. Y'all see that? She's not even 100% sure. She's saying it's 50-50. You see this? The odds of this being true, 50-50. But the candy asses think this is 100% accurate. She just said it's 50-50. Y'all, the candy asses are so funny to me. They're just they're pure entertainment. But we still have, to the mods, we have all hands on deck. But they're pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. She just said, it could be 50-50. So she's not even 100% sure. She's not even over 50% sure. You can't make this out.
And if they were aware of that, it really makes me wonder if we were on the right track. And it was something that was so sinister, involving maybe another step of the MK Ultra program being used to foster serial killers and to give serial killers new identities and allowing them to run in countries. Yeah. That was kind of conversations that I was having in the background with Xavier. And we thought that we had perhaps identified.
Where's the evidence of these conversations, Candace? Are you ever going to play a recording of this stuff or show emails or text messages, that's not proctored or fake? Are you going to even show this stuff? No? No, okay.
Identified Brigitte Macron at Stanford University, a possibility is what I would say. We were maybe at a 50-50%.
Yeah, 50-50. You got a 50-50. I can't get over this. Maybe we were at a 50-50%. Candace is not even giving herself credit to say 51-49. You can't make this. She's not even giving herself the majority of the credit here. Oh, good God. But the candy ass is a swear. She's 100% accurate. She just said she's 50-50. Y'all see that here? Came out of her mouth. You heard it twice.
To know about Kabbalists, it's that the numbers matter deeply to them. Numerology is important. So I say to myself, the numbers of the prisoners.
I'm still waiting on that check.
They cannot be random. They are random, but they can't be random. They have to hold some sort of a meaning. They're all over the place, right? Some of them are 3 digits. Some of them are 4 digits.
That's the epitome of random, Candace, where there's no sequence to this. There's no pattern. It's the opposite of random. What you're describing is random. Is it definitions of terms that she and her cult following are having a difficult time with here? Candace, you're describing the definition of the word random. You're not able to put a pattern together. That would make it random. This is unreal.
Numbers of the prisoners, they cannot be random. They are random.
They are random.
But they can't be random. They have to.
They are random, but they can't be random. Why are you contradicting yourself? To the candy asses, I just want to say up front, I pause and rewind because I don't speak cult. I don't speak stupid. I don't speak this alien foreign language that Candace is speaking here. So you all see that she's literally contradicting herself in the same statement. Oh, it's, probably true by 50-50. Now you're saying they are random, but they can't be. Yes, they can. You're admitting it is. You're describing it to be random. Unless she's going to point out the pattern at some point. Yeah, it's random.
Hold some sort of a meaning. They're all over the place, right? Some of them are 3 digits, some of them are 4 digits.
Random.
There's no flow. Why
Nope.
would somebody do this? More than anything else, just difficult for you. If you're controlling this experiment, it's difficult to keep track of all of these numbers. When you just want to make somebody like 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. And then it hits me. Everything about this experiment is military. These numbers.
Yeah, but the military would have it to show a pattern. Let's just say the testings are random, because she's already admitted that. What makes it military? This is priceless. Yeah, this is from September 9th, 25. Gotta go back. Y'all, you can't. Please stop. Don't get angry at the candy ass. You just gotta laugh at them. You can't make this up.
Random, but they can't be random. They have to hold some sort of a meaning. They're all over the place, right? Some of them are 3 digits, some of them are 4 digits. There's no flow. Why would somebody do this? More than anything else, just difficult for you. If you're controlling this experiment, it's difficult to keep track of all of these numbers.
The like button.
When you just want to make somebody like 3, 4, 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, okay.
And then it hits me. Everything about this experiment is military.
Random.
These numbers must be military. They must hold military significance. And lo and behold, the prisoner numbers just so happen to correspond to 1971 military bases. And I'm going to go through those for you guys right now. Doug Corpy's
military bases, Lord
8612. That is the number that was assigned for the Naval Weapons Station in Long Beach, California. Incredible. That one took me a while to hack, because apparently when it's a medical center, a medical facility, they give them.
What did you hack? Go back. She hacked something to these mommy slews. At some point, you guys are going to have to stop being stupid and breaking laws. Why use the word hack if you're researching? That you don't even have to affiliate yourself with that term. If you're doing legal research, if you're doing research according to the law, meaning you're not accessing personal identifiable information or private information or information that could be deemed classified, like you're not sitting here breaking laws to get this information. Why even use that term if you're just researching? They in for a rude awakening.
Medical center, a medical facility, they give them what's known as DMIS numbers. But again, Long Beach, California, Jerry Shue, we have Camp Pendleton, CA. That is, of course, also a naval base in California. And then, last but not least, and you guys don't have to show this next one because I want to speak through this. Tom Williams, prisoner 2093. Is this a naval base? I get a hit, guys. I do get a hit of a naval base that it corresponds to, a naval unit rather than it.
Stop. You can't make this up. So DMIS is a Defense Medical Information System Identifier. So if they do use anyone in the military in this program, naturally they would have this either way, even if they went to the hospital on a military base. DMIS numbers refer to the Defense Medical Information System Identifier, which is used by the Department of Defense to identify medical facilities. These identifiers are essential for tracking and managing medical resources within the military health system. So even if you go to a military base hospital, you're probably going to get this DMIS number, or there's going to be something affiliated with that. What is she saying that's so, just new? Unless, Candace, this is something that any person can just research. You're not giving any information that even connects this to MK Ultra thing when this is a standard thing. This is standard. Are you kidding? This is standard. You go to any hospital, clinic, anything on a military base. This refers to the military health system. Of course, it's going to be a DMIS. The DMIS IDs are updated monthly and are recognized as the controlling standard for both medical and military facility identification and cost workload classification. This would be outside of an MK Ultra program. This is standard. So this does not immediately connect anything to an MK Ultra program. This is something that they just do. There's no significance to that. You didn't even see the word MK or Ultra or anything in this. This is a standard system because reading is fundamental. I don't expect the candy asses. Let them get it out. They just throw tantrums because, facts and evidence don't care about their feelings. So let them throw the tantrums to get it out. If they get rude or disrespectful, yeah, you got to time them out or block them. But this is standard. This is not something, oh my God, this is just the key to all of the MK Ultra stuff. No, it's not. This would be applicable in any situation regarding the military health system. Ultra program or not. So for this, the MK Ultra program would be irrelevant. You will get a DMIS if it's anything related to the military health system. What the heck? This is something she could have just Googled. Okay, let me drop this link in the chat so people can read in their own time. Because this is a whole thing here. Health.mil. Yeah. You cannot make this up. She's making it seem as if this process is just specific to an Ultra program when it's a standard. DMIS is a service of the Department of Defense. Y'all see that right here. Identifies past and current DoD medical facilities. This information is updated monthly via monthly with availability of data going back several years, because by law they have to have some sort of record keeping, and they have to keep it on file for a certain number of years. This site is the service of the DoD Defense Health Agency Office of Decision Support Division. DMIS IDs are recognized within the DoD as the controlling standard for both medical and military facility identification and cost workload classification. DMS IDs are used throughout the military health system and worldwide in both healthcare and non-healthcare systems. What the hell does this have to do with MK Ultra? They will be using this regardless, Candace. This is absolutely laughable. I just say this is only something they are doing in this MK Ultra program. No, it's not. This is outside of any specific program. Y'all see this? Worldwide. Throughout the military health system and worldwide. Worldwide. All over the world. Global. Because she doesn't know what globalism means, of course she's going to be confused. She can't define nationalism either. Y'all, can we just bless God for the ability to read and still use our brain? You can't make this up. Okay, let's get back to it. Because, I have to prove a point in the middle of a video. Dear Lord. So now when you all see DMIS, you know what it means. Because now you have the information to read and research it.
Happened to correspond to 1971 military bases. And I'm going to go through those for you guys right now. Doug Corby's was 8612. That is the number that was assigned for the Naval Weapons Station in Long Beach, California. Incredible. That one took me a while to hack, because apparently when it's a medical center, a medical facility, they give them what's known.
You didn't have to hack it. Y'all see how she tried to make it seem as if she's doing some heavy research or investigation, something she's not licensed or certified to do. Candace, stop pretending to be a investigator. It's called impersonating. You're not an investigator, girl. I literally just Googled DMIS. You can't make this up. Why did you feel like you had to use that word hack? Oh, it's to give some level of importance to the candy asses and the bots to make them believe that she's doing something that's so special. Is just no one can do this research. I'm sorry, Google is a thing. DMIS is worldwide, Candace. So you did nothing special bringing this up. You can't make this up. Yeah, I'm here to debunk her all day. This is crazy.
That's DMIS numbers. But again, Long Beach, California. Jerry Shue. We have Camp Pendleton, CA. That is,
that's where
of course, also a naval base in California. And then, last but not least, and you guys don't have to show this next one because I want to speak through this. Tom Williams.
Yeah, let's build up that suspense. Why don't we hold your breath? Candy asses, hold your breath. Hold your breath. Just keep holding it. Hold it. Don't worry about getting lightheaded. It's okay. We're building up to that. Hold your breath.
Prisoner 2093. Is this
Hold
a
your
naval
breath.
base?
Uh-huh.
I get a hit, guys. I do get a hit of a naval base that it corresponds to, the naval unit, rather, that it corresponds to. And it is the only naval unit on the list that is not American owned. And it just so happens.
Yeah, because the DMIS is global. It's nationwide. Hold your breath, candy asses. Keep holding it. It's okay. Don't pass out.
Happens to be French owned. Clipperton Island. Who knew? A naval base on Clipperton Island. First thing I'm thinking is, what the heck is Clipperton Island? I'm wondering if it's me.
What is it?
My husband then says he's never heard of Clipperton Island. And that's crazy because my husband is the king of geography. Xavier Poussard.
Yeah, geography. Is he the king of history? George Farmer, where are you at? Are you literally going to let your wife continue to crash out all over social media, where one day your 4 children will see all of these videos and all of these posts and all of these cult members that are sitting here idolizing her over information that anyone can do a quick Google search for? Candace, DMIS is nationwide. She acts like hospitals sometimes get shut down too. Medical treatment facilities and things of that nature sometimes can be shut down. If it's shut down and no longer operable, then why are you shocked by this? So he's the king of geography, but not history, which is what you would need for this situation. Because he would need to know the history of this facility, not just where it's located. Perhaps it was shut down. It's, there's a thought.
Says he's never heard of Clipperton Island. So let me show
he
you
didn't
this
know where it
island
was.
That apparently not many people have heard of, that had a military naval base and presence. That is a French island. Check this out on the map. Yep, let's go in here. Clipperton. What the heck goes on at Clipperton Island? It's incredible. And then suddenly Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, and it totally throws us off of the scent entirely because we're trying to figure out what happened to Charlie. And now, strangely, trying to figure out what happened to Charlie has brought us back to a France question, right?
You can't make that up. You cannot make this up. The French question is what? What's the French question? To the candy asses, what's that French question? Because while she was proving nothing here, perhaps I missed that French question. What is it? MK Ultra? DMIS being nationwide, worldwide, nationwide, worldwide. That means it could be in any country on Earth, not specific to an MK Ultra program. Candace, are you a part of that MK Ultra program? Were your parents a part of this MK Ultra program? Perhaps they were given some medication of some sort that can explain how you turned out to be what you are now. Maybe Candace is an informant and she doesn't want anybody to know that. So she goes out of her way to knock the FBI because she really is an informant for the FBI. I'm just asking questions. Perhaps, maybe. Who knows? Worldwide, Candace, worldwide. DMIS is worldwide. It is not limited to some MK Ultra program. It's not limited to the United States. It is worldwide. This has been going on forever. Has nothing to do with the MK Ultra program. That's like saying you go to the hospital and you end up with a medical record number. Of course, you're going to have an MRN. It corresponds to you as a patient at that hospital. It keeps account of all your visitations, medications you take, surgeries, all your medical history under that MRN. Sometimes the MRN can be different from the patient account number. These are identifiers, just like DMIS. It's an identifier. It has nothing to do, it's no different than a medical record number. It has nothing to do with an MK Ultra program. She didn't discover something so profound. What's that French question again? For the ones in the back that are still slowly comprehending, DMIS has nothing to do with an MK Ultra program. It is something utilized worldwide. So yes, it could be in other countries, islands, wherever else. You can't make this up. Feelings are not evidence. I don't care about your feelings. Candace said that too. Facts don't care about your feelings. Ditto, Candace. Facts don't care about your feelings either. What I refuse to allow her to be is one-sided. Just like she thinks she has free speech and free press, so does everyone else. So who is she to trample over someone else's constitutional rights to free speech and free press and to ask questions? She makes it seem like this DMIS was something so prolific. What's the French question? I would love for Candace to tell me, what is that French question she's asking?
What happened to Charlie has brought us back to a France question.
What's the France question? Is it a question she's asking in French? I mean, how did this go? Now that we've learned something new today, children.